to an external source. So that is technology. So therefore, digital divide is not something that is the basic digital divide started much earlier in human life. People who could access good land to cultivate, and people who lived in the desert, they were depending on so many things were happening in human life. So it's important to have a little bit of knowledge about anthropology, right? And we say that Dravidian culture, where did we come from? Any idea? We all came from Ethiopia and Eritrea, African origin. So it will be a surprise for you, isn't it? So 80,000 years out of Africa migration. So our great grandfathers and grandmothers migrated from Africa. There is clear genetic mapping has been done. Eritrea, Ethiopia. So don't think that, over time our skin color changed, our hair texture changed, all those things changed because of the food we had and the climatic conditions we were living. So therefore, we have to understand certain basic things when we are talking about caste differences and all. So you must have an understanding that you are a black African hundreds of years before. So anything here, upper caste and lower caste, these divisions are not very important. When you trace your anthropological parents, you are same. Okay? So be good at it. Okay? So have this understanding. So this is one way of bridging the digital divide. Understanding societal, cultural divide in understanding. This is very important. When you sit in PUDUKOTTai or 10 kilometers away from one village and you think that you are highly educated, your caste is the best in the world, then something is really seriously wrong with you. You are ignorant. I don't say that it's a big mistake on your part. It's out of your ignorance. Yeah, so in 20th century digital divide, that term digital divide started, people started using it. Then there was a divide between people who can access telephone, mobile technology, and those who could not use mobiles. So I remember I got my first BPL phone when I was in India. So Nokia 3310 was the first device I had, which we have come far away from that. So I have one of the latest AI integrated telephone today. So probably it is recording everything I am speaking now. So that is the kind of technology we have. But it is extended to financial inability to access technology. When I use the word access, it is buying technology. So some of you, maybe you are fighting with your parents and you have a latest mobile phone. But there are hundreds of people of your age in India who can't access to technology or internet even today. So this is something we have to understand. So look at previous one, the cartoon. Yeah, see, this is this picture I took just to show you the difference between those who have technology and those who do not have technology. Particularly look at the faces of both the groups of people. They are very happy. These people are very unhappy because they don't have digital technology. In fact, who is really happy? They speak better than those people who are having these technologies, isn't it? Okay, next slide. So financial problem was also included in the digital divide. So when I trace the history of digital divide, those who can afford, those who cannot afford. And also, sometimes we think that digital divide is there only in poor countries. No. In rich countries also, there are a lot of issues, people who can't access. And at least, India, we have people who don't suffer much when compared to America. People are sleeping in their cars. Some of them sleep on the roads permanently, day in and day out. So that is a much more serious problem than having not having a mobile or internet, isn't it? So don't think that this is one problem only existing in our country. It is existing in America, Britain, and all the countries. So what are the problems of, or what ways it affects us? So it can affect mental health. It can affect education. There are educational barriers also. You know, what the kind of literature you learn if you are a literature student in Pudukottai will be definitely different from the kind of literature undergraduate students learn in Delhi University or Jawaharlal Nehru University or NCC, Chennai or Layla Madras. And the kind of textbooks, the library facilities they get is different from what you get. So when it comes to Tamil Nadu, it is not, the economic problem is not much there. Government is spending a lot of money, but there are principals who want to retire without getting suspended, so they don't utilize any fund. So this is another problem in government colleges. So when they become principals, which is not here. No. Okay, this is one of the issues because they want to protect. Otherwise, they will lose getting their pension. There were principals who died without even seeing their pension benefits, because they were very active. They took money and spent on things, but they got into trouble. Either they got in during audit or some other colleagues wrote a letter to the government that this principal looked at a lot of money. So these are some of the risks. So people don't want to take risks. Then another thing is increasing gender discrimination. Now see, when we say that technology should help us in advancing our life, now look at the general nature of the world. I think if you look at the world, we today have the most intelligent people, most educated people, most empowered people. Now look at the cost of medicine, food, building a house. You get it? So human beings started using this technology with a basic idea or basic desire to make their living better, isn't it? Now, are our life better today? Yeah. So everyone is worried about the medical cost. Even I am worried about the medical cost whenever I come to India. I don't want to fall sick in India because I get very good medical facility and coverage in Oman. So I don't want to get sick in India. So the reason is medicine is very expensive. And the government argues that we provide all the facilities in the government hospital. You go to the hospital. If you can stand without closing your nose for 5 minutes, I'll buy you lunch. Okay? So, next one. So, digital divide in Tamil Nadu. So, I did a little bit of research on how it is working. Though the damage is very minimum when compared to Bihar or UP or other states. Okay? So, education also, right? There are top institutes in the country. Among the country is in Tamil Nadu, IITs, Anna University and other places. Whereas you have remote government colleges where they don't post regular teachers and they run the institution for many years on guest lecturers. So all these things, I don't blame guest lecturers or anything. They need to be paid much better. That is my argument, okay? So teachers, I don't say guest faculty, teachers, underpaid teachers and overpaid teachers. So don't get me wrong, yeah. Underpaid and overpaid teachers. So this is a divide. And okay. So, underpaid then correctly. So I correct myself. Okay. So I made that as a statistical comparison. Yeah. So not in a different way. So this brings a lot of economic inequality also, isn't it? So you can't access. And a guest lecturer cannot buy the lecturer who is underpaid cannot even buy a laptop, let alone using technology. So when they are finding it difficult to manage their daily life, hand-to-mouth existence, how can they use technology and teach students? So these are some of the issues. Then social inclusion. And when you are having all the facilities, you are included in the stream society. If you don't have digital access, you are not included in that kind of society where development is taking place. Agriculture is also another area where digital divide is having a lot of problems. For example, farmers are not able to use the latest technology, at least when it comes to business, marketing their products. So I was struggling in Nagarkoil to market some of my agriculture products because I stay here for the short term. Though my products can be sold in market for better value-added prices, but I am not able to do it because that area doesn't have that kind of access. So if agriculture is combined with technology, people can get better benefits. They can make a lot of money. Then urban-rural. So this is also in our urban area. If you want to go to hospital, every 10 minutes you can see a hospital, isn't it? But from a village, if there is a snake bite, you have to meet him only in heaven. So within 30 minutes you have to reach a hospital. And if you can't reach, you'll meet when you go there, isn't it? So that's the kind of thing. Whereas in the city, it doesn't happen in the first place. But rural areas, these are some of the examples. Job and underemployment job. So, but here I have analyzed one thing, which is very surprising. So the underpaid lecturer gets around 25,000 consolidated.
Yes.
Yeah, I pay 30,000-40,000 rupees my laborers in my village. Every day minimum 1,000.
We are working as a business, but we are paying for the.
Yeah. So what is the point in becoming a doctorate holder and working for the government at the age of 28, 30? And people in my village are able to earn 1,000 rupees every day at the age of 15, 16, 17, working in rubber estates. So now, again, these are the things we have to analyze. So what am I doing in the university? Another 15 years, 10 years, you struggle in the university, what are you going to get? So you have to make a decision that, in these kind of things also. Side by side, you have to enhance your learning capacity, whatever you do. Healthcare, I just mentioned. Then cultural impact. So, see, I am from a backward society. Okay, OBC, I think. Yeah, so I had a certificate hanging on my wall. But because of my education, when I go to my college, when I went outside India, I am working with Americans, British, and nobody bothers where I am coming from, what is my caste. So, culturally, I am accepted as creamy layer because of my education, isn't it? But if you are not getting enough education, what will happen? It's easy for others to, put you down. So this is also one of the issues here. Impact on business, I mentioned, how agriculture, people who do agriculture suffer where they can't get enough. For example, if I grow banana, I can sell banana maybe at the rate of 35 rupees from my village. But the guy who travels to buy and travels to another 5 kilometers, go to the market, he sells for 70. So 8-9 months I struggle to get 35 rupees. But then next to 30 minutes he makes 35 rupees for each kilo I produce with a lot of hard work and sweat. We get it. This is the reason why middlemen getting more access to money. Gender inequality. So this is again a problem in our society because of lack of awareness. Lot of divorces are happening currently, and young people don't want to get married, particularly girls. If they have a job and some 20,000-30,000 rupees income, they think that it's okay. So I don't want to extend beyond that. Okay. So it is better you remain single than living with men. Okay. So next slide. I'm sorry, boys. So it is vice versa also. Yeah. So both ways. Men are also at risk. Now this is one video I think I want you to see. What's the economic? You know him, right? Who is this man? Just wait. Just control. Sometimes okay, the videos is about the earning capacity of Indian people in general. So Prashant Kishore is a statistician and he helped the parties to win the elections, right? So yes, it's a very correct statistics. You can just copy and paste it in the, leave it, I can just explain. The information he has given us that it is, last week I got from Instagram, the most recent speech by him. 60% of Indians struggle to earn even 100 rupees a day. 60% is 70 crore Indians. More than almost half of Indians, they struggle to earn 100 rupees. How many of you get 100 rupees? Not pocket money. By doing some work. Anybody here?
Part-time job.
Part-time job. Those who don't have part-time job, so you are among that 70 crores, okay? So, is it a good thing or a bad thing? Why it is a bad thing? You are a burden to your parents, right? And ultimately burden to yourself. So, how to solve this? So, when I talk about problems, I should be able to discuss some solutions also. Infrastructure development. So, if you have a college, even I think most of the classrooms are traditional classrooms. But you can't move your furniture and sit for a group discussion, isn't it? So that way you must go for better infrastructure. Infrastructure development. Now I find a lot of infrastructure development in Tamil Nadu, particularly highways. Because they want to support corporate companies do their business and transport their goods and commercial items as quickly as possible. Though because of that we are able to, I was able to drive from Madurai to 1 hour and 20 minutes through Natham highway. The road was empty, I was the only one driving. Excellent infrastructure, I was so happy. Even in Oman I can't drive this fast because though we drive 120 there, but I could reach very fast here. So that way some of the infrastructure developments are very high, whereas rural colleges, the funds are available, utility is also a problem. Then affordable technology. Technology, I think internet is much affordable in Tamil Nadu and in India. But what do you do with that? That is very important. So the other day I was speaking to my son, I am going to give a lecture, and tell me what are the issues, because he's a lawyer. I asked him what are the issues that young people suffer because of the digital divide. He gave me a very interesting perspective. The recording was there. I couldn't include that because of the technology. I narrate what happened between us. So he was telling, when it comes to Tamil Nadu and India, access to internet is far better. But the problem is, with internet, what our students are doing, what they are browsing. So they are diverted towards contents that are not directly connected to their education. Mostly they are directed to sexual contents which are not blocked. In Oman, these sites are blocked. Cultural aid is not accessible, so government has blocked it. It is easy to block these sites. Get it? Or an advertisements about face powder, creams, beauty creams. So you are happy and you spend on time with that. Lot of chances to divert you from the mainstream education. Divert from mainstream education. And he said, I suffered a lot because of that. Today I regret having that kind of diversion during a particular point of my life. So therefore it is important to educate our students first to access the correct kind of content that is needed for empowering and educating themselves. So this is one of the responsibilities of the teachers. So if you have mobile phone, you can access anything, but what you need, you don't access. So you can go to Oxford University, you can sitting at your home, you can reach American universities, There are free resources that you can access through your mobile sitting at the comfort of your home. You can do that. But you don't do that because it's not your mistake. I am not blaming you at all. The diversions are galore, that it is very difficult to change focus or orient your focus towards education. Then public and private partnership. Actually, public and private partnerships are there in very good top-rated colleges, but rural colleges are neglected. There are a lot of politics behind it, economic politics behind it. You know, you may be very intelligent. We are very happy to quote Abdul Kalam. He is from a poor family from Ramanathapuram, and he is not a rule. He is an exception. Consecutively, 2-3 ISRO chairmen are from my district. They all claim that they studied in government school. They are very proud of it. Hey man, it is an opportunity. It is your luck. It is one of the rarest thing that happens in one person's life. It's not happening to every individual here. You get it? So we worship these things. Of course, I have great respect for Abdul Kalam. And you understand what I'm not finding fault with him. I'm finding fault with the kind of attitude with which he look at these people, and we are happy about it. Okay, I will be in my hut, but we have Abdul Kalam. He is great. What about you? So, these are things which you have to think. Then developing localized content, maybe some of the browsing things can be translated, because this conference is partly translation related also. So it is also important to translate some of the, so that our people, our farmers, the laborers can benefit out of it. So sometimes there is another attitude also. Attitude is very important when it comes to progress in society. Now, 5 years back, this incident happened. I was staying in Hotel Ramia's in Trichy, and my car was very dirty. So there was one boy who was wiping the table. After I had late dinner, then I called him and asked him, "Tapi, can you clean my car? I'll give you 250 rupees. Immediately he told me that, "Sir, the velela nanu pakamata." He will clean the table in a hotel after everybody eats, but he will not wash a car. Washing a car needs a bucket full of water and a cloth. So attitude towards labor. This is also one of the reasons why people don't do any work in our. Either they will become a district collector or not. So that kind of attitude. So laborers are not respected. Labor, the work is not respected. In other countries all over the world, I find whatever job you do. And in Kerala, I have found, as a boy, I visited one church we normally go. And like the previous night we stayed there, we bought fish from a fisherman. He was cutting fish and selling. Next day morning in the church, I saw him wearing the very good dress, dhoti and a beautiful shirt, and attending mass. So I was really surprised. So his job is, as a person selling fish, is different from his cultural life, his social life. You get it? So he doesn't have any shame on selling fish. But the way he conducts himself in other areas of the society, it is highly respected. So they have that kind of a self-respect. You have to develop whatever job you do, you have to respect yourself and elevate yourself, and also respect people who are doing these jobs. So dignity of labor should be there. Then providing training in agriculture and business, how to grow something better, how to grow using natural methods, not using pesticides, and also making marketing, things like that, and how to protect business. And even today I have a problem. I can't handle money. Why? No one taught me how to invest or save money. They taught me it is important to earn money as much as you can earn. But undergraduate course, any course or preparatory courses, did they tell you how you can handle your money? I'm struggling even today. I have no idea how to invest or what to do, because the knowledge of handling money is also very important. It is not that we worship wealth, a lot of wealth. You go to temple, you worship wealth. You go everywhere, you worship. But you don't learn to manage money. Money management is also something that need to be learned, that need to be taught to the students. Next. Yeah. How does the digital divide in Tamil Nadu with the English language learning? This is something, the mainstay of my presentation. What are its consequences? So, when you don't have, why it is important to learn English language? So why it is not important to learn Malayalam or Hindi here? Because today employment opportunities are the content that related to any employment is in English, and this is one thing. Second, socially also. And I tried this whenever I try to talk in Tamil, when I enter Chennai in a hospital or anywhere, when I talk in Tamil, people don't respond. Just I stand straight and start in English. What can we do for you? Right? This is it. So, it is a foreign language. It's not our language. It's a language of British people or American Australians. But today, we got it. So somehow or other we have to use it for our advantage. So therefore, learning the language, being proficient in it is very important. So if you don't learn the language, see, if I tell you, and many of the young lecturers here working for many years, 5 years, 10 years in this position, how many of you are aware that after 10th standard, after first? Yeah, thank you. How many of you are aware that you can write competitive exam, central services, SSB exams and get into the job starting consolidated pay of about 50,000 and above, and you can retire getting at least 2.5 lakhs rupees a salary. How many of you are aware? So you are struggling, you are English teacher in one university, 15 years you are struggling, waiting for Tamil Nadu government to regularize you. You are ready to go and sit in Dharna, but 2 hours you can't spend for 6 months continuously, brush up some general knowledge and sit for the exam and go through SSB Service Selection Board, Central Service Selection Board. You can become a sub-inspector police in Central CISF, you can in customs, in all good jobs. Who get this job? Most backward states in our country. Biharis get it. People from Odisha. Why? Because of their poverty, they run to cities. They struggle, get to the exam. Now we sit here and blame that the central government is pushing all North Indians into this job in railway station. So the statistics of Tamil Nadu people going through these competitive exams. So it is not that there aren't enough jobs. We are not getting enough information related to this. That's why reduced eligibility for competitive exams, because the lack of knowledge. So I know that fact that you will all listen to me today, eat lunch, go and sleep. That's all. And then after 24 hours, you will not see my image or whatever I said. So that is the nature of life. But this is, I'm not saying this as an advice. I'm just, showing you the current situation, the situation where you are in today, and how you can plan your life, come out of it if you want, or continue to be there happily. Wish you all the best. Then academic underperformance. So if you write an essay in the exam, final exam, Bharathidasan University, Pudukottai. So let us take the example of a student from Holikara St. Joseph's writing the same exam in the same syllabus. Now you have autonomous, but who will get better marks? Yeah, why? Because their communication, probably because of the schools in city, is much better. But whereas the students from Pudukottai may not be able to be very successful, one or two may be very successful. I don't know the statistics. Madam would know. So how many university are coming? So now ranking is not there because it is autonomous college, right? A university ranking system. Okay, whatever it is. So you can take the statistics and there's reduced employability. See, job not being there is another thing. Being eligible to become or get employed employability. So whether you are employable, if I give you a job, will you be able to do it? So that is the question. And social and psychological impact. So we become, dejected because we are not able to progress in our education, progress through getting education. So we say that, okay, I'm limited. We ourselves limit ourselves psychologically and say that, okay, this is enough for me. And anyhow, after 30 or 40 or 60, I'm going to die. So I shouldn't, make much fuss about my conditions. Okay? So that kind of, and barriers to research and higher learning. So good research institutes, for example, how many of you know whether, maybe 60, 70 kilometers from here, Shastra Institute. If you register for PhD, they give you 18 to 25,000 rupees per month stipend. Are you getting?
She is getting, otherwise not everybody.
Yeah, you are like Abdul Kalam, one exception. Okay, what about others? Okay, VIT is giving 28,000 rupees. Yeah, but how many of you know? How many of you apply? You get it? You understand? So, whereas if you go to Coimbatore, in all the universities, the PhD scholars are from which state? Kerala. They have got a very good network. I asked one of the scholars, how do you know? And RI Bangalore, mostly Keralites, they use all the important resources from our state. Why? Because first uncle will come to educate here. He will send his niece and nephew for PhD again. By the time he comes, he creates network with professors. He will one day scratch his head and tell him that my niece is doing MA next year. Can she come? So we don't have that kind of networking here. As a result, what happens? Our opportunities are being taken by smarter people who are smarter than us. So digital divide is not only having mobile or not having mobile or not having internet, but not sharing information. We don't have a network of sharing, supporting each other in these things. Then higher education opportunities is then widening our divide. So if you are educated, and if I go travel or go anywhere, nobody asks me where are you from? Sir, where are you working? So they, from the language, from the way I talk, from the way I stand, they know this guy is somebody who is important. I'm not a person of importance, I'm just teaching and earning my livelihood. But the language has given me the power. The language here has given me the identity. Today I was very happy, the kind of reception I got. I never got this even on my marriage day like this. Okay? So thank you for that. And what brings that? My language abilities. Isn't it? So you are receiving me because of that. So learning the language is very important. So what can we do? How to improve the language? Yeah. So developing localized content using translation. Now translation is not a difficult thing because you can just translate whatever comes. And nowadays I don't read Malayalam, but whatever reels I watch. I'm addicted to Instagram reels. Okay, every day. At least minimum 10 reels with breakfast, lunch another 10, something like that. Okay. So don't think that you are the only one who are addicted to these kind of things. Everyone is addicted, and I am also addicted. So you can translate after the read. Sometimes news items I just click one button, translate. I can read very quickly. Translation, any language can be translated into your language or English. Then also bringing out books that talk about opportunities in local languages. Do I talk like a Dravidian? Government programs, strengthen the state support programs, giving free laptops, which are given, isn't it? Also, I am not happy with giving free laptops. Laptops should be given in installments. Maybe if it is 30,000, government can sell it for 15,000. And students can Yeah, kind of subsidized and installment basis so that you do some work, wash some cars every day morning. So that's the biggest problem when I come to Tamil Nadu. So I don't get anybody to wash my cars. So you can earn money and pay for your laptop. English language training. Introduce digital English language courses in schools and communities also. So where if you have a club or something like that, you can introduce that. Then public-private partnerships, and some people are working on issues. You know, if there is a company which is making profit in Pudukottai, if they are making millions, you can go negotiate with them. Hello, come on, you are using our resources. You are making millions profit. Why don't you invest 1 crore, 2 crore for this particular college? Give us access to one lab or build some infrastructure for us to access internet and work. Or why don't you send some of your experts from the company and create awareness programs and things like that. So remedial programs. Remedial programs is like that, for example, if a particular group of students have a problem in grammar, so you collect those students, conduct a pre-test and teach them grammar. If somebody is not good in speaking, collect those students, give them opportunity to develop their speaking. These are remedial programs which can be done. Yeah, so the impact of digital knowledge, this reel I saw yesterday, since I don't want to waste time trying to play it, it is in Malayalam. So the story is like this, the mother and father comes out of, you can see in the picture, father is standing behind, comes out, and on the veranda the boy is reading a book. The mother becomes extremely angry. What nonsense are you doing? Why are you reading book? Close the book, throw it, create Instagram reels. So how many likes you got for the previous streams? 400. What about your neighbor, Lekha, the same age child? So 4 or 5-year-old child. She got 25,000. What about the neighboring child at the third house? 1 million. So when the others get so many likes, why are you wasting your time reading these books? Go make Instagram reels. Look at your father. He's an MBA graduate. He's getting around 50,000 rupees per month. But if you make Instagram reels, maybe you will end up making lakhs. So though it is in the lighter vein, don't you think, there are issues, when we understand digital divide or use of digital technology, you should understand that whether you can make a living out of that. And some of my Omani students, they come to us and say, girls, they said, they make sweets and bake cakes and things like that. Come and tell us, teacher, if you need, this is my Instagram page, just click, make order, we'll bring you. Boys buy and sell used cars. They buy a car, cars are cheaper there. They invest 1 lakh, 2 lakh, they buy a car, they drive for 3 months, sell for 2.5 lakhs. Then they pay another one, drive for, they utilize it. Mostly Arabs are business oriented and things like that, so they can do this. How many of you are having private business? Some are working part-time, someone told me, right? What about others? Whether using the digital technology, whether I can earn some money. Or in my neighborhood, I am doing BA English. In my neighborhood, there are 20 children who are going to schools or government schools. Can I take little money from them and teach them English? So, I am not very creative to think and give you a list of 100 ideas, but we have to think on those lines. How much time? Yeah, very quickly I'll finish. So, consequence of digital divide for literature students. Now, particularly accessing literature, mostly people get books. Now, audio books are available while traveling back and forth. Instead of seeing Instagram reels and laugh and capture unwanted attention in the bus from others. So they will look at you, oh, something is happening, something wrong with this particular student, crazy, right? So instead of that, if you have a headset and listen to audiobooks, accessible. How do you get it? So if your teacher is able to give, it is a combined responsibility of teachers and students. And she can give 5 or 6 audiobooks every week. Send you the link, download and share it with you. And if you can listen to that while driving or doing washing your, doing domestic chores, washing vessels at home, or whatever, riding your bike. If you can listen, ride safe and listen. Okay, so you can utilize the time, utilize the technology. Then lack of exposure to global perspectives. Now, as a PhD examiner, sometimes I have a lot of funny experience. Women's empowerment in the novels of Chimamanda Adichie, a Nigerian novelist. The thesis from somewhere in Tamil Nadu, Bharatiya University. So, women empowerment. And the same Tamil Nadu story, and only the African names. So see, the African life of African women is different from our life. The climatic condition, the land, and things like that. You sit here without visiting Nigeria. If you write a PhD thesis, it will be really, really funny, and it is not very authentic research. So global perspectives will give you ideas about if you are. I'm not saying that you shouldn't do a research on Nigerian literature, but you should be able to access socio-cultural pragmatics of Nigeria, understand the society, read the history, geography of and what is happening there. Then you write. Because if you don't have a scholarship, you cannot visit. If you have a scholarship, you can visit. At least today you can avoid visiting a country. Digitally, you can access all the materials, understand and write, make your dissertation rich with real research. So that is what is very important. So, insufficient language and analytical skills. To tell you very frankly, out of all the theses, now I prepared my CV a couple of months back. Now the number of theses have gone up to 50 plus. And really, if I go through the kind of global standards, I can pass only 3 dissertations out of 50 and odd dissertations. Only 3. One I got from Ahmedabad University, Cochin, and one from VIT, another from KARUNANIDHI Institute. These 3 theses are excellent in language and both content. But other dissertations have a lot of content. Some of them are faulty content, they copy a lot. But the presentation, the language part is very difficult. So one of my aspirations is to, improve writing of college students in Tamil Nadu. Now I'm visiting colleges and discussing with them, exploring the opportunity of writing, creating writing centers in each college. English writing centers where they learn to write. Now again, I have a prediction that spoken language is going to go slightly down and the writing language is going to come up because of AI. You have to write prompts. So all your jobs will be, earlier you just have a sit in the call center and speak. Now I think it is going towards writing. So you need to learn to write better. Even using ChatGPT or anything, unless you write good prompts, you don't get good results. So writing, the importance of writing has come up in the language. Then the exclusion from digital, you don't have much digital pedagogy and you don't have much digital contents. If universities, for example, next time when you frame syllabus, instead of prescribing, printed books, why don't you give them audio books? They have to listen to so many audio books and get ready with some assignments, written assignments. That would be a better thing. So we can also, because autonomous colleges have the freedom of exploring. So that way you can do that. Next one. How to mitigate or solve this problem? Improved digital infrastructure, I already explained. Provide affordable and accessible devices. Maybe even government think of, because of AI and things like that, they can give mobile devices to students. Again, 50-50. And those devices cannot be used for anything other than that. They can block usage of that, accessing any other content. That can be also done today. So if that is given, they can use. because the companies are giving devices for people who are working there. They can make only business calls. Similarly, they can access only literature that is related to their education. And again, bilingual English, Tamil materials. Also going to open educational resources. Teachers should be able to, explore and possibility and go to other universities. Free content, free courses, they have to list out and give it to students. Those who want, they can access. Also, one important thing, point number 11, peer and community support. This is one. So you have to, make study groups among yourselves. And for example, if you have 3 papers or 5 papers in a semester, if you at least 5 people join together, one person study only one paper. Don't waste your time. The other person study 5. All of you study. Each of you study one paper, and you share the knowledge, and you can really benefit a lot and perform better. So therefore, that kind of, and government policies and initiatives, and I am not sure what is happening to UGC. Yeah, so every day I am getting a lot of Instagram lectures and things like that. They have removed this, they have banned this, they have banned this. I don't know finally where they are going to reach. Let us wait and see. It's fun. But I'm happy at least Tamil Nadu government has the nerves to say that, okay, you stay away from us, do everything in Bangalore or Karnataka, Andhra, not here. And I think Kerala government also, they have a better educational policy change. Yeah, this is again, lack of awareness, labor exploitation. This is, my dear boys and girls gathered here, you have to, not only students but the teachers also, those who are below 40, you must understand one thing. See, if you don't have awareness about job, you will be exploited everywhere. And you are being exploited. Okay, so this is one post by this famous man. He said India must spend 1 billion annually from 20 years to train teachers. Okay? And he stopped with that. And I wrote a post on that and posted in Instagram. So look at my message very focusedly. I wish he donates half of it from the profit he made by exploiting young Indians, paying them much less than what an American is paid for the same job over many decades. Okay? So the salary of an Indian. So same is the case with me also. So I don't get paid like on par with Omani, but I have a better salary compared to them. But they start at 15,000. If an Indian graduate is getting into IT field and started 15,000, the counterpart part in America, same age, same qualification, he will be getting 1 lakh plus. 50,000 here, he will be getting 3 lakhs there. So these people are billionaires. They have billions and billions of money. Maybe he will make his daughter the next president of America. One is done. He was a utter failure, his son-in-law. Now maybe he is hoarding all the money and he will be utilizing the sweat and blood of our young graduates who work for. Now he is coming with another theory that you have to work for 70 hours, and another gentleman has added 20 more hours and made it 90 hours. So you end up becoming a buffalo. Get ready. So if you don't resist, at least write in social platforms about that. Whenever they say these kind of nonsense, you have to write, use Instagram pages and write, "Thank you, Grandpa." Yeah, we have to, I don't have any enmity with this man. He didn't deny me any job or anything. But as a person who is socially conscientious, it pains me to how these, not only they are exploiting, but they are laying grounds to exploit another generation, all coming generations of people as slaves, educated slaves. And one more thing I have understood over time, that it is very easy to enslave all the educated people. They are afraid of everything. So, uneducated people, at least they shout, they question. They will say, okay, I don't want your job. If a laborer doesn't like you, you argue, he will say, I will not work for you. He will throw and go. But what we do? So we swallow insults, isn't it? and we continue to work. So these kind of people also, you have to be very careful. This is also a kind of exploitation which we don't know. We think that, see, I'm a poor family, if I get 15,000, that's enough. No. You should be able to, or empower yourself in such a way that when you go for interviews and you tell them, ask for the salary and tell them in such a way that 15,000, sorry, I can't work. My talents are valued much higher. So if you pay me at least 3 times 45,000, I'll come and work for the company. Definitely you'll get the job. Yeah, that is another trick. These are all things you have to understand and empower yourself. So most of the things I have listed here also I shared. So building digital libraries. I think someone was taking an effort in PUDUKOTTAI to create a digital library, and I think Madam is doing a project on dropout girls, isn't it? Yeah. So these are very important. How many people are? You are all lucky, at least sitting here under the shade and lights, listening to me. But look at your age girls who are at home in the villages. So you should be able to do something for them. At least if you can pull out one student who is dropping out, support them with your books or your energy, time and things like that. It will be a great opportunity. Now about AI technology also. So this is a cartoon I picked up yesterday. Are you concerned about the increase in artificial intelligence? The man says no, but I am concerned about the decrease in real intelligence. Yeah, you asked for solutions from the artificial intelligence for everything. I'm sorry, most of the presentations also I prepared from artists. Yeah. So I can afford to do it because ICS or a phrase, I know how to create more stories around it. Okay. So 35 years of teaching, I have gained that kind of art. Okay. Sometimes, when you travel on the way, sit in the car or in the restaurant, prepare your presentation. Otherwise, what I used to do in 20 days, now I'm able to do it in 2-3 hours. But again, I have to revise, to make it a presentable thing. So, real intelligence, this is another question. So, it's okay to use technology, but don't lose your original thoughts. So these are all discussed, use AI to bridge the gap. We can use a lot of AI resources to bridge the gap, very quickly learn. Even, through ChatGPT, you can practice speech, right? If you are shy, you can say, hello ChatGPT, how are you? Can you be my tutor? And so you can just tell, and can we talk about today's climate? Now it teaches you a lot of vocabulary. But after, speaking with the machine, don't go home and speak to your mother in the same tone, okay? So when that's the thing. So humanity should be retained. Right? You should be a human being. You cannot talk like a machine. But over time, I'm afraid, after 50 years, people will be speaking like ChatGPT, their voice and the choice, without emotion. Without emotion, without happiness or without, you can see emotion on my face, right? But after 20-30 years, next generation professors will stand and you will also sit there without nod or anything, because your mind will be trained to receive information without emotions. So, emotionally trained human beings. So these are some of the infrastructure. If you want to use AI, you must know how to use, what to use and when to use, and ethical use of AI. Yeah, though I have used, all the materials I collected through ChatGPT, but I have done, whatever points I have verified with the kind of current knowledge, whether this is correct or not, particularly. Last one. Okay, this is very interesting. Can you all read last, or you want me to read? Okay, this is a funny thing I got from WhatsApp. One of my friends group posted it. It's very interesting. I want to end the talk with this. So, one man, what he did was, out of curiosity, he inquired, how much does a helicopter cost? So he searched on Google, what's the price of a helicopter? And next day onwards, he got messages on all his platforms. Spend your holiday at Burj Khalifa, Last time I went to Dubai, it was 50,000 rupees one night. Yeah, so now it would have been a little bit VAT and GST. Oh, sorry, there's no GST in Dubai. So that's gift your loved ones a diamond necklace. Advertisements. The pyramids of Egypt await you to spend and fly, spend a lot of money. Pre-book the iPhone 16 now. You know how many thousands it is. Buy your dream home in Canada. We have 1 acre of plain land on the moon just for you. Now he started getting this message. He became agitated. How much can one tolerate? So he tried another trick. Now I had to act to get this mess. Last night I wondered, how do I repair torn shoes? He wanted to divert. Then he got problem solved. YouTube, Instagram, everywhere. Buy 2 pairs of sandals for just 70 rupees and get 10 rupees cash back. So now the main message here is that if you ask for bullshit, you will get a lot of bullshit in all the digital platforms you use. And I am 100% sure you are all into it. Deep, maybe some of you are deep up to your neck in the bullshit. But if you use it in a proper way, what you need, at his stage he needs only a slipper for 70 rupees, but he was inquiring about helicopter. He will be diverted. So I am not talking about like very high ideas. If you browse sexual contents, you will get more and more sexual nonsense. If you browse for drugs, you will get more drugs offers. Drugs will come to your home. You need to only pay. So therefore, though digital device is issue, you are safe and secure. But when you are into digital technology, accessing these digital things, it is very, very important that you decide what you search there, what you learn there. Therefore, there will not be any moral policing. Your father will not know, mother will not know, your brother will not know. I have a screen on my mobile. Even who is sitting next to me cannot see what I am seeing. Therefore, it is important. It is not the digital divide as it is generally discussed. Lack of accessibility in Tamil Nadu. We have the accessibility, but we don't know how to access what I need. So if look at the social condition. If people who are restless till the TASMAC is open, they stand in queue. They walk kilometers to buy liquor. They walk kilometers to buy drugs. Why don't you use the mobile technology, sit at home and take efforts like the addict, what alcohol addict does, what a drug addict does, what a student who is addicted to learn. Why don't you explore, spend your time, you develop yourself that kind of craziness. In a positive way, get it? Develop that kind of craziness and use technology. Definitely you can use the technology for your advantage, not only for making money, but also your position in the society will be elevated. All the best. If you have any questions, we have time for questions. Students, any ideas? Pardon my language, sometimes I use very harsh language because the problem is that you cannot stop soft pedal for everything. Okay.
Participants can feel free.
No. I prefer standing. No, don't make me feel old.
You can ask.
Even if you don't ask questions, they will serve you lunch.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. It's a wonderful session. It's really inspiring. But the basic thing is, even we use internet, even our kids started using internet. The basic thing problem is, my son, he is spending lots and lots of time in mobile. And even his friends is also spending lots of time in mobile. But I do not know how to divert him from using or playing or watching some unnecessary YouTube videos, shorts. And I do not know how to make him to concentrate on whatever that he is in need of.
Yeah, so if you can't beat him, join him. That's one way of solving it. There is no solution for that. Why do you want to restrict him?
But then how he will know that what is he needed and what he should see and watch and what he should not watch.
Yeah, here is a problem actually. So naturally we are bound that my son should study this, understand this, be like this, be virtuous. If he is virtuous, he is growing up to 25, 28 and he has an excellent job and he is getting married. Is there any guarantee that girl will not leave him?
No, not necessarily.
Then, see, we make a lot of fuss about the use of technology and things like that. Today, it is important for them to use technology and they need 100% freedom. But there are some softwares which can prevent him from browsing contents that are not suitable for his age. Okay? So, for example, earlier I used to use KidRex platform. KidRex is a kind of browser, and if you install that on your computer, the kid cannot, go outside the moral boundaries you have set your society. Sorry, our society has set. But all these things are going to be a disadvantage for our kids. One basic thing is, I don't know whether I can correctly pronounce that in Tamil. Kalavum Kachumara. Because they should know everything. They should know everything. They should know everything. So, any time you try to restrict a child's space, time, utilizing this, you are pulling him one step backward. His competitiveness in the world market will be less. Not only India, today people are competing with the world market.
Just that it is far more advanced than we using all these technologies.
I solve all my problems with the help of my son. He gets all the knowledge because during his 12th exam, he finished first exam, I took him for a movie. Third day he had another exam. And why I took him for a movie? I wanted to delete what he studied for this exam. So because I had the wisdom to relax him, then after movie went into a restaurant, had everything he wanted and I wanted. Then he said, shall we go for a drive? We drove some 80-90 kilometers around and came back home. He slept that night, next day he revised something, went and wrote. He got 80% in CBSE. And he is in one of the world top universities doing his LLM, that is Masters in Law, in Leiden University in the Hague campus, where International Court of Criminal Justice is there. So, the exposure, I never limited him. That's why he said, when I asked him about digital data, he said, Dad, the recording is here, I particularly discussed this one. He said, I have seen sexual contents I should not have seen at that age. I regret seeing it, but there is no, what shall I say, other way. Today I know what it is and I have come out of that stage. So students need to see, experience and all these things and come out of that. So you don't go and tell your parents that I was here today, okay? I want to go back safe to Oman.
No, being a parent, we are really worried, we are really scared.
Why are you scared? Your parents were scared, yet you came up to this PUDUKOTTAI. So no need to scare about anything. Give them the freedom. I feel that today's children have access to knowledge, and yet more knowledge. That is good thing. That is good thing. So the more you restrict, the more you are, another incident I can tell you from my life, because as a parent, because you asked me as a parent. When I was building my house in India, my son came here to me and said he was 7th standard, 8th standard or 9th standard I think. He came and asked me to buy a Nikon SLR camera which was around 80,000-90,000 rupees. It would cost more here because of the tax. Then I was a little bit annoyed. I don't get angry with him for anything. I talked to my wife what to do. See, a lot of loans and other things, construction is, can we postpone this year? She said, before you are starting exploring something else, get in the camera. Now I will tell you the result. He became one of the good photographers. When he was in 11th standard, all Oman Indian School photography competition conducted by Nikon, he got second prize. They gave him a camera, and today I have an SLR. So when you restrict students on one front, he will go. Another thing also tell, if you don't allow your son to use mobile in your home, he will go out and use it outside with his friend. If that friend is accessing content that is not good, he will be greatly influenced by that. You can't do anything about it. And also it is important to go through their browsing histories, and if you find something not good, call them, sit with them in a very cool tone, open that and ask them, why did you see that? Definitely there will be an influence behind that. Cut that influence. Or tell them that this you can see it is okay, but not at this age. So if you don't show them, your neighbors will show them what they are not supposed to see. So therefore, no worries actually.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, how to prevent unwanted users in digital platforms?
How to
Prevent unwanted users in digital platforms.
You don't go for it.
Sir, but we are already in addicts.
That's what I'm telling. See, if you don't want to smoke, you don't buy cigarette, isn't it? If you don't want to drink, you don't buy alcohol. So therefore, it is, if you know that. See, if you know that that is not necessary for you, then why you go for it? That is the critical thinking. That is the kind of wisdom we should develop. No one else can stop you. No one else can stop you. The awareness that something is not required for me, or if I access this content, it is not good for me, that itself is a great thing. Understand? Use that to restrict yourself. That's the only way. And in old style, they used to call self-control. In digital platform also, that is the, what shall I say, mantra you can use.
Thank you, sir.
No girls want to speak? Yeah, there is somebody. I know all of you are very quiet only here. Yeah.
So how do we address the gender gap within the digital divide?
See, I'm not a very big specialist in gender studies. Now, see, there is a kind of unnecessary competition promoted between the sexes. Okay, so, the way they dress, the way they talk, the way they do, there is a tendency to imitate what men do. Normally, men don't imitate what women do, isn't it? Men normally don't want to dress like them in colorful dress and things like that. Limitation in our thinking, and we are not in any competition with anyone. Okay, we are not competing with you. but don't compete with us. Okay, so that is one thing. No, it says at the social level. See, digital divide in a sense that basically culturally we are far backward. Okay, so we can say that we are Dravidians or Aryans, and culturally most of the North Indian states women are restricted, like at least you are able to stand here and ask questions. But some places they cannot simply access education or do anything. It is so to break through these social barriers and become on par with men to enjoy all the kind of freedom, it takes many years. Today it is happening in Europe. See, I have many Western colleagues. They come single and work. They don't have any problem anywhere going. They don't imitate men. They are confident in themselves. So, cultural barriers are sometimes restrictive, sometimes protective. You are safe because of the cultural barrier. We all agree. At the same time, the same cultural barrier is a hindrance for your progress also. You go to university, you understand the kind of restrictions, and the life I have today is not good. I can live a better life. But breaking this barrier and coming to that better life is a lot of challenge. Sometimes, it is nearly impossible. Therefore, what you have to do is, you have to enhance your knowledge more than your physical appearance. So, of course, physical appearance, giving importance to physical appearance is very important at the same time. So, physical appearance in a sense that what is happening in our society is that people give so much of attention to how their face looks like. That means they don't, health appearance is related to health. So developing a healthy consciousness, eating right kind of food, right kind of exercise, staying healthy without becoming obese or without getting into diseases, or giving up at the age of 30, 40, okay, my life is finished. That kind of attitude you should overcome. So therefore, physical well-being is not appearance alone. So that you have to understand. Physical well-being is eating good, staying healthy, doing enough physical exercise, and things like that. So therefore, the divide between sexes, I don't think you need to bother much. Empowering yourself is very important. And now the challenge is, see, why so many divorces are, young people are unwilling to marry because of this. They are aware that I am educated, if I get married, I am going to be a slave. Degree of vary. Some houses you are 20% slave, you are a working woman, you are 60-40, you have some 60% freedom, 40% slavery, all these things. So, whether it is okay to have 100% access, 100% freedom, these are some of the questions. Can you continue to successfully live without marriage? For that, how much of money is required? How much education is required? Get it? Accessing health at the older age. Accessing health, you have to pay for everything. When you are in family, you get free service. Or you give free service. So these are all very complicated situations where teachers should discuss these things very openly with students and prepare them psychologically. The only empowering person available with free access is your teacher. And if you are lucky to get excellent teachers who care for you, who care for themselves in the first place and care for you, definitely you can become empowered. The gaps can be, where exactly you are, what kind of gap you want to neutralize. That is very important. So read, girls should read. The more you read, the more number of books you read, the more number of Instagram reels, which not the videos, but of writers you read. Don't apply everything in your life. This is another thing. Today you get a WhatsApp message, you apply this, you will become more beautiful. The next day, 1 week, apply. So that is not empowerment. Receive information, digest, and whatever is there. my idea is that if you read 50 to 200 pages 6 months continuously, after 6 months you will be a different person. Totally different person. So if you have the patience, you try it. This I have seen in my many students. Yeah. So without reading, I have come across a student who got 9 out of 9 in IELTS. British and American people don't get. I asked that person, how did you get it? He said, my parents bought me books right from childhood. I used to read, and so it was easy for me to get 9 out of 9 in English. She won. British American people cannot. Even professors won't get an Indian student getting that. And this is it is reading, continuous reading. Therefore, without reading, without this feeding your brain, empowering mind, you cannot empower your body. If anybody, you'll end up obese and you'll have a lot of troubles. Obese here, lot of heaviness will come to your head over emotional problems, emotional troubles, worries. By reading and having a lot of knowledge, you can handle this. Okay, so religion is not a solution. Mantras are not a solution. Knowledge is the only solution. But don't ask me whether religion is not needed. It is very much needed. Okay, at least some level of society can maintain in our life. Hope I answered, and this is not my involved. It is a difficult field actually. Very good.
So we have a question online. Sir, we have a question online. In the digital era, how do email projects and personal maker help the students to learn literature?
Learn literature. Who is the person?
M. Sivakumar.
Okay, so Kumar, thanks for the question. And see, any digital puzzle or any apps, we use quizzes to create quizzes. Particularly if you are talking about literature, the names of books, characters in that, you can make students easily memorize these characters and books names, author and books, all these things through these kind of puzzles. And Quizlet, quizzes is one platform. It will help a lot of, what shall I say, retention, memory retention. These games help in memory retention and also vocabulary enhancement. But one more thing is there, like most of the time when you use these kind of applications and things like that, teachers tend to look for immediate results. That is something which is not very reasonable. It takes time for them to, read and digest and, come out with different ways of using the vocabulary. So it is important to use these kind of apps, but wait patiently for the results, and definitely it will help in vocabulary. So the more words you learn, the more information you get, the more powerful you become, and you can use this vocabulary in your speaking and writing. So therefore, definitely in literature courses also, you can use these apps and enhance the learning of the students in a better way. Thank you.
From importance of women education, anthropology, importance of writing, even to write prompts of AI, introduction of audiobooks, exploitation of workers, how to use AI effectively, ethically and morally. Sir's session covered a lot of topics. So the session was most impactful and enriching, sir. Thank you for your presence. Dear participants, we are passing the conference for a lunch break. We are requested to have lunch at the new COE office, where you had your refreshments. Please join us in the lunch. here by 2:30. The participants who haven't registered yet, kindly move to the registration desk. The participants
market. So concept as self-reading, which is actually representing not reading one's own self-directed learning.
Nowadays people are not reading.
No, it is not reading actually. Self-directed. The head. I am holding my head. I am having the responsibility of my learning. Okay, and book is in the I direct my own learning. Why particularly I use this picture here is that today there is a mismatch between the attitude of teachers and the actual requirement of learners. So we teachers who are educated, even 5 years before we have completed our education, we are mismatched with the current students. Because earlier generation gap would be at least 20-30 years generation gap. Because maybe there would be a generation gap between me and my father. My father is 25-27 years elder to me. But now today what is happening is the gap between generations are becoming narrowed, and maybe you will become a generation gap within 2 years because of AI integration and things like that in every walk of life, in all walks of life. So much of technology is there, so much of digital content is there. So mentally we become obsolete so soon. And maybe if there are two children in a family, one is 5-year-old, another one is 10-year-old, there will be a lot of mismatch. So one will be, the youngest one will be dominating, saying that you are stupid, you don't know anything.
Yes, sir.
So that kind of an attitude is there. And that is true also.
Yes.
When your children tell you that you don't know anything, you just bow down and agree, because that is the reality.
That's
Something
what
like
we are doing it, sir.
Yeah.
Yes.
You want to have domestic peace? Yeah, when you go back from work and you want to relax. Okay, so self-directed learning is that no one is responsible for your learning. A teacher cannot teach you anything. Your parent cannot teach you anything. Whatever you will want to learn, you have to take efforts. Just identify what you want to learn, then you take efforts. Then why are we here and getting paid? We are here to just assist you. Maybe give you some guidelines, you come out with that problem. Then I may suggest you a solution. I cannot solve your problems. Again, this is another issue, another problem. This is one of the biggest problems. Students can come to you, you can suggest solutions, you cannot actually give solutions. So complicated situation. So we ourselves sometimes don't know the solutions. You can say maybe you can solve this way, options. That's it. So there was a concept which was developed in early 2000, lifelong. What is lifelong learning? There was a time you learn something, you become an engineer, and you need not go and update anything till you retire. And you can end up repairing only agriculture pumps in all the panchayats. And you will be paid, you will be retiring. You will be called engineer, and you will go up to chief executive engineer of the state. Maybe you will become director of the engineering department and retire with only the PE which you learned 30 years before. Updating, upskilling are very important. So lifelong learning became a kind of concept where you finish your graduation, continue to update. May not be the same topic. I may graduate in engineering, but I may divert and I may update on medical field or medical engineering, something like that, branch out and do it. So this is also very important. Some of the explanation I'm just skipping. Now you understood, isn't it? What is lifelong learning? You need to continue to update yourself. So I asked ChatGPT, what is lifelong learning? Learning. Lifelong learning refers to the continuous and voluntary pursuit of knowledge. You look at the picture and voluntary pursuit of knowledge. No one is going to come on, you keep learning. No. Voluntarily you condition yourself for learning. Skills and personal development throughout one's life. It goes beyond formal education and encompasses informal and self-directed learning experiences. So you cannot blame that in my college they didn't teach me this. When you go for an interview, if they are asking you something, you cannot say, no, this was not in the syllabus and no one taught us this. So then you are at a loss. So motivational, self-motivation is, see, learner motivation is a difficult area. We did a lot of research on that, how to motivate our learners to learn. Again, see, human mind is, or human thinking is something very complicated to, what shall I say, channelize and make them work. You know the reason why? Because in spite of all this development and civilization, we are yet animals. So, animals, you look at a monkey, can you make a monkey sit in one spot for a long time? So, human mind is also like a monkey. It will keep on jumping from one idea, one thought, so that is the animal quality. Now, why is there so much of crime against women or general crimes in the society? Because of animal nature. So, basically, it is animal nature. So, self-motivating someone to learn something new. Also, basically, you have to understand something. Like human beings are evolved. I don't say that human beings were made by God. It's funny to listen to those stories. But as we evolved, we incorporated so many inhuman things or things that are not required for living into our system. Going to the university and listening to lecture. Which human being was doing that? It is anti-human. It is not connected to nature, you have to understand. So, when a student or learner understand that I am doing something which is not natural to me. For example, writing. You are not made, you evolved like any other animals. You have to eat, drink, procreate, sleep and die. So all these institutions are developed over time to regulate human beings. It is not educating. If I am putting you here in the university or the college for 8 hours continuously, tomorrow you can go to, as a part of employment, go and do donkey jobs without asking any questions for 8 hours every day. You get it? So it is a training actually. It is not education. Basically you are sitting and coming and sitting here, you are being trained to do another, any other donkey job for 30-35 years, retire and die. Actually, we are supposed to roam around the valleys, waterfront, catch animals and eat fruits and sleep under the trees or wherever you want to sleep, and we are supposed to live like other animals. So you cannot blame someone or when some crime happens, so make social media a lot of sound and things like that doesn't solve crimes. You can make a lot of hue and cry. This is something basically one has to understand. So when human beings are going against their nature, building new ways of living, new methodology in life, new kinds of learning, there will be a lot of conflict. This is something teachers have to understand. So therefore, when you say that my students are not listening to me, not understanding anything, you have to be very happy, get your pay and silently walk away every day, go and enjoy your life. Because there is no responsibility that, again teachers have a misunderstanding, or they say they taught us that it is a noble job, you are building society. No, teaching is not a noble job. Teaching is not, you are not building society. People build their society in their own way. If people are building society based on education, society would have been better. There should be less crimes, there should be more collaboration, more understanding. People should be helping each other, there shouldn't be any wars. So on a daily basis, hundreds of millions of people are being killed. And many people from Palestine work with me. And even last week, before coming to India, I was with my wife, we came out of the restaurant. When I started the car, a girl, beautiful young girl, 14, 15-year-old girl, stopped near my door and asked for money. I asked her, where are you from? She said, I'm from Palestine. Can I see your identification? Yes, she is a Palestinian citizen begging on the street. On any standard, she is much more beautiful than any of the Tamil actresses. See, look at the condition of human conditions. So we all operate on a misunderstanding that, oh, we are born great, we are, our souls will walk into heaven the moment you die. Keep dreaming, nothing is going to happen. Whatever will happen to a cat and dog after it dies, if it is not buried, you will be stinking on the street. If you are buried, you will be dissolved with the earth. Whatever you build, whatever you think, it is going to be a waste. And maybe if there is a heaven, you go and see. And if it is you are lucky, you will be there. That is the thing. So don't, add nobility to animals. We are all animals, there is no nobility about it. So this is something factor we have to understand. Then, after that, if you try to motivate and learn something, of course, it will do good. It will do good because we have come far away, far away from our original nature. I'll show you, there is a picture. Then I'll ask you that. I'll explain it more. So, look at, how many of you feel like this? You don't feel like this, students? So much of things to do. Yeah, you look at this picture. Tell me anytime your head is like this. Yeah, so sometimes it is clouded with so many thoughts, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so this is another damage we are doing to ourselves. We have to study anyhow. We have to 3 years after graduation, now 4 years, isn't it? 3 plus 2, 5 years and all these things. But some students go to Central University, they do 5 years graduation, honors degree. So you are into the business, why don't you do it in a happy way? Enjoy doing it. Otherwise you will torture yourself. So this is something also. So internal motivation, motivating your mother, father will not motivate. They will simply shout, I am giving you fees, why don't you bring results? Teachers will say, so you get it. So Hyderabad, nobody wants you to study, get a job and all social lifestyle. Oh, my student is there, my student is there. If you want your life to be improved, because you need to make money. Money is the only motivation, you need to have money. And though money, some people say that I used to tell money is not important. But now I have changed. Money is not important, but earn as much as you can. As I grow older and I feel worried about my future finances and things like that when I am retiring, now I feel the pinch. I don't no more say that money is not important. It is not important, but earn as much as you can. So, why are you here? For earning money. If you earn money, what will happen? You can dress well, better dress, better food, better spouse, better children. So many things will happen to you. Everything, because human aspiration is having something better than what we have today. Isn't it? So, that kind of thinking. So, there is no need for us to kill ourselves. We can skip this because I want to go to the practical part of it. One more. Yeah, these are the 3 ways education developed. We say pedagogy. Pedagogue is a teacher and student learning. But theories have changed. Pedagogy is something in the school. Then andragogy developed. Andragogy is adult education. Once you are educating somebody above 18, it is andragogy. I have not included this. Now, mostly, 3 learning theories or 3 learning styles are very important. Pedagogy connected to that picture. You learn, self-directed learning. Identify what you want to learn or what you want to become. Right? So, if you want to become a thief in the future, you must learn how to unlock complicated vaults which has millions. Okay? So, you learn that. If you want to become a doctor, how I can be a better doctor. If you want to become a teacher, how I can be whatever you want to learn. Pedagogy focuses on co-learning. Now, See, in the past, I can learn, I can be an engineer, I can be a successful engineer without talking to any engineer in any part of the world. Today it is not like that. So engineering is evolving, and day in and day out it is becoming more and more complicated or complex, that you cannot resolve all the problems in engineering by yourself. So you need to collaborate. So your company buys a machine and machine has a problem, you can't fix it. You have to work with another engineer. So therefore, while learning time itself, it is important you learn with your friends. Like the example I gave earlier. We have 5 subjects, 5 people join together, each one of you learn. You reduce your burden, at the same time the advantages are more. Like that. So that is pedagogy. Another thing is learning from cybergogy, learning from the cyberspace, internet, Instagram, whatever contents that come. Sometimes we say that, okay, did you get this idea from WhatsApp University? Now, a lot of misinformation is created there. Now I don't know. After watching WhatsApp about health issues, now I'm not able to eat anything. I'm not able to wear anything. I'm not able to apply a cream. They say that if you apply this cream, your color will change. Already spots are there. It is not now. It is because of the sunlight, excess sunlight in the Gulf region. That pigmentation is changing. Then I went to a doctor. He gave me suggestion for 3 months. Another doctor said this is not enough. You have to add one more vitamin along with that, which is another 7,000 rupees, one cream. And I stopped. Yeah. So like learning from what to learn, what not to learn. So they. Our ancestors prepared us in a good way. They used to tell stories about Anna Paravai, milk and water. So you be that, okay? The S1, which can separate milk and water. Whatever you want to eat milk, you take milk. You want to eat water, you take water. So therefore, learning styles also change. Keep in your mind, these 3 stages you can learn. So one is self-directed learning, motivate yourself. Identify what I have to learn. Then co-learning. I must learn with my friend. I must teach him. He should teach me. Together. Then learn from internet, AI, whatever it is, whatever sources you have. These are some of the 21st century skills you need to have, and now we also need to have, because as teachers dealing with young students, we are supposed to have these qualities. Some of the things I can explain. Critical thinking, you hear a lot about it. Creativity, collaboration. Information literacy is how to use technology. And media literacy. This is very important. I can just spread a WhatsApp message in my village and motivate all my villagers to kill at least 10 people who are strangers crossing my village. I tell them they are coming to pick up some kids from your village. That's all. Last village they visited, they lifted 10 children and make some fake information and send. They will wait for the guys. Maybe I met them coming from the other village on the road, highway. I can just take a picture and circulate. These fellows are child thieves. Finished. There ends the matter. So here also media literacy is one thing that is required. What to trust, what not to trust. What needs to be taken as a joke and laugh at it and just ignore. What you need to take it seriously. And everyday beauty tips, everyday this tips, that tips, eat from this, eat from there. All those things are business. So we are used as, what shall I say? Again, more or less sometimes if I have a deep thinking, we are all broiler chickens. We are, brought up and like that for certain purpose. One is voting. Yeah. Keep them less educated, keep them stupid, keep them not thinking. Then the government is very successful. They can run government for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 50 years. They all will vote. So therefore, media literacy is very important, because most of the time our decisions we make today, even if you buy a dress, buy a small thing, buy a hair clip, you do a lot of research, isn't it? So therefore, what to take is very important. Then technology, flexibility. Now, we used to work from 10 to 5, isn't it? Now college is 8 to 9. Sometimes now you have to work extra shift. You have to work from home. You have to work from cafe. You cannot say that here particularly what I understand is today's modern life is that you don't have any holidays. You don't have any holidays. You want to eat lunch, you eat lunch while working. You want to enjoy time with your family, FaceTime, you use the required technology and be with your family. And if you want to relax in between your work. Maybe if you get if you want to travel, you travel. Carry your laptop, you work from wherever you are. You have to work. Yesterday I was washing my car near Bharadasan University, Morais city, opposite side. Now I was just tweaking my PowerPoint. They said it will take 45 minutes. I said there, I borrowed their internet and started working on it. You get it? So everything is so intertwined that you need to have a lot of flexibility. You means not only you, your spouse also. If your spouse is not flexible, you are done. Your children are not flexible, you are done. If you tell your child, okay, 8 to 9, I have my office work. 9 to 10, I will come and play with you. So you have to train your child to wait for 3 hours. Otherwise, the child would sleep. So, if you tell your, flexibility starts from childhood itself. It's a very big challenge. So therefore, training our mind to do that. So in a practical way. Look at this picture, I told you about it. Yeah, going green, you have to, he is suggesting this also. Go to school and colleges. Just close your eyes and imagine 1 minute how you look like. Your ancestors, really? They went to school like this? The meaning for the word scam? In human history, this is the first scam. Making people dress, and they made people dress and they struggled a lot to undress them also. So that is, hope you get it. So, human beings, we should have been roaming like other animals.
Yes.
And all the troubles in the world started when people started dressing.
Yes,
so I don't want to explain that,
Yeah, we can understand.
Now my question is here. Can you go back to this?
Yes.
How many of you want to dress like this and come to college?
No, all of you. No, many people are nowadays they are wearing like that.
Okay. So, you have to understand this. We cannot go back to the earlier life, natural life. Naturopathy, okay, 120 days you can do, not more than that. Naturopathy also. You have to come back to the mainstream living. Otherwise your life will be odd. You will be an odd man, odd woman out. So, it is important to understand technology. Now look at this, how we can generate thinking, generate learning. I am going to use this picture and I am going to demonstrate how. So what do you think? Do you all like this head? Like this picture?
Yes, sir.
What is it about?
I am learning also.
Yeah.
So, people.
Yeah, it is not your actual size of the head. What is bloated up inside, isn't it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now, imagine you are all my students. I am a teacher here. I am going to generate language, how to generate language communication in the class. Okay? Now, you must answer all the questions. Anyone can answer from any corner, isn't it? You must answer me in full sentence. Don't use translator, okay? I don't want to listen to Tamil, Malayalam or Telugu or Kannadiga, whatever it is, your basic language. I want to listen to, no, let them, I can hear. In only English, full sentence. Do you like this picture? Yes is not a sentence answer. Yeah. Anybody says no, I don't like this picture? No problem, all of you can talk. You shout from there. Let there be some noise.
Don't tell me, I will say something.
No, I am asking everyone. You can also. You are my student now. Yeah. So all are my students, and you can also. So anybody says no, I don't like this.
No, I don't like this.
Why you don't like this?
Because I don't want to be loaded at all times to think about, think everything. I'm responsible for everything, whatever that I'm doing, whatever is happening in this world.
Okay.
I want it to be my time.
Great. So this picture is not very appealing because it is burdensome. It is showing a. Okay.
It is just a picture. You are asking the question, do you like this picture?
Yes.
You like or not? You like it?
Yeah. This picture means it is not the picture alone.
Yeah.
What it depicts. Okay. Is it funny or serious?
I find it
Sometimes it is serious, sir.
Sometimes serious.
Because today now you was saying something, right? When I sleep in the night, I am thinking something about your voice is coming in my mind. So I feel like it is very serious.
Don't get me into trouble, madam.
So that is my mind is like that.
Okay. You hear my voice, don't tell anyone.
No, sir, it's good.
Okay. So, next, is it funny or serious, girls? Is it a funny picture or serious picture?
Though it represents in a funny way, it represents
Is it serious?
issues.
Okay. Serious. Okay. Why do you think it is funny or serious? If you don't answer me, at least answer that with your fellow student, fellow friend. Answer in sentence, please.
serious because we carry a lot throughout our life on our head.
Okay. Right. Do you understand what is portrayed in the picture?
Sometimes we bring our
Yeah. Because, this picture, have a look at the picture in a way. Look at particularly this part of the body of the human being. Is it an easy job he is doing? No. Very hard. All the muscles are involved and he is trying hard to pull. Maybe this is a representation of his life, how he is trying to find it. I am not giving out the answers or, steal your ideas. I like this picture a lot. What do you see on the cart?
overloaded.
No, what do you see? What exactly you see? Is that human? Head, isn't it? Why do you think this sculpture is displayed?
Where do you think?
Where do you think this sculpture is displayed? Answer may not, see, you need not give me accurate answers. All the answers are correct. Where? No, no. Where it is
An
kept?
institution, maybe educational institution.
A park, a museum.
It's a surrealist image.
Huh?
It's a surrealist image.
No, it is an actual picture of an actual image. Look at the background, the trees and color. It was mounted on a platform.
Park, education institution. Educational institution.
Maybe possible. In all educational institutions, there are many people with bloated heads. Literally.
Symbolic representation of
Okay. Girls, I didn't talk to you about Instagram reels you watched yesterday. Here, be with me. Why do you think the head is so big and bulky? Yeah, I want sentence answer. Okay. So it is overthinking. We think about all our problems.
accumulation of knowledge.
Yeah, accumulation of knowledge is also a problem. Yeah, so now I am going to this is questions that initiate discussion and understanding in the classroom. So teaching, in today's world, if any teacher is standing there and lecturing, no student is going to listen to you. Okay, maybe they are there in the college because of the 1,000 rupees they are getting every month. Okay, so it is not because of you. So unless you interact, create, see how much language I am able to create by these questions involving them. Though I couldn't involve everyone because the time I there is time I can go to every one of you and make them answer to me. Okay? Communication. So involving everybody in the class. And the material, is it interesting or boring? Yeah, the picture is boring, so I made it interesting. So that, like whatever. What I am saying is that you bring a handful of grass inside the class. You can generate language using grass. Make students speak, make students think, make students write, and give presentations on that. Questions that promote higher order thinking. Okay, next question. What do you think the man's head is made? Sorry, why do you think the man's head is made so bulky? What is inside his head? Brain. What is inside his brain? Thoughts. What is heavier? Brain is heavier or thoughts are heavier? Yeah. How many kilos? What do you think the artist is trying to communicate through the sculpture? What the sculpture is telling you, the man who made the sculpture, what is he trying to say?
Actually, the image, it seems that the man is sleeping actually, and he's closing his eyes. So
He is not sleeping and dreaming about his burdens.
Yes.
Okay.
Maybe worried about you. Many people
Don't stagnate your thoughts.
Yeah, the head is so heavy that he is not able to carry the head. When I walk, I carry my head, isn't it? Now he needs a cart, an external support to, Yeah, it's highly, you are all literature students, you should be able to do it very quickly.
The artist might wanted to tell the current scenario of the youngsters or the current scenario.
Modern man's life. It may not be youngster, maybe youngsters are much more stressed than older people. So it is like that. That is a very interesting song. Yeah. Okay, does the bulk of the head mean the actual size of head or heaviness of thoughts inside the head? Mostly, isn't it? How do you think the man feels carrying a massive head? Yeah, it's a burden, isn't it? We all know the meaning. Last bench. Hello. Next question you have to answer. Have you ever had such a massive head? இது மாதிரி தலை பெருசா இருக்கும் அது உங்களுக்கு இருந்திருந்தா? Actual head size சொல்லலனா. At times this is last bench. They are all hiding now, ducking down. Okay, so everyone is carrying a massive head, isn't it? That's the burden of modern living. Okay, questions that promote critical thinking. How do you relate the sculpture to man's life in the modern world? It is a very broad question. Modern man's life, if you compare, can you compare this sculpture and modern man's life, thinking and everything? Okay? Can you speak 5 sentences about it? If you ask your heart, you cannot answer 5 sentences. You must use head. You are asking the wrong place. So 5 sentences easily students can create, isn't it? Speak about that. Okay. The man's life is complicated in modern life. Man has to think a lot. Each thinking will create a lot of stress in him. People think about their job, their future, their kids, their parents, their health. And so hundreds of issues are there, isn't it? Who do you think is responsible for making the head so massive and heavy? You are responsible? Yeah. My head is heavy because of you. You people are responsible.
But do you feel heavy now?
Yeah.
Why?
Overloaded with so many thoughts.
Carry some juice and then you take some rest and
Juice is a solution for heavy headedness.
now
That's fine.
Sir, apparatus heavy because of your continuous questions.
Okay, so is there any connection between a man's thoughts and his life?
Yes, sir.
Manam bol bol illa. So what? Enna bol. I lost most of the things I learned in school. Okay. So connection. How you are? See, I started showing you a picture. From the picture, I started with whether you like it or not, and now you are taken to another plane, isn't it?
Yes.
I am connecting with life. I am connecting with the human life in general, human life in particular. Next question: have you ever experienced such heaviness in your head? Always, everyone will have that. You know? And how do you handle it? Last question, you can write an essay on, or you can give an assignment to students saying that, is it necessary to minimize or control our thinking to live a lighter, happier life? Organize your thoughts into essay. You can even teach them the format of the essay, introduction, paragraphs, conclusion. It can be an argumentative essay. It can be a causes and effect essay. So you, narrative also. So a small picture like this, one can generate so much of thoughts, so much of communication in the class. So if someone is saying that we are not able to speak, we are not able to communicate in English, the way to communicate in English is start speaking. I asked you to speak to your classmates sitting by your side. Why? Language is something that, a tool that is used for communication in the society. To communicate, you don't need a classroom situation. You need only another person who listens and answers. Reciprocate. Somebody who reciprocates to what you say and nod his head or counter argue with you. So that is how communication is generated. As we naturally communicate in Tamil, in any situation, you can communicate much more easily because in English language vocabulary, you have vocabulary for everything, and it is easy to use vocabulary in such a way that you can use very simple language. Now look at my language. I am teaching in a foreign university. I work with people from different parts of the world, British and Americans. I am able to use a language so simple and day-to-day life language which you understand, all of you, isn't it? How many of you expected me to speak like an American and don't understand anything? Before coming in the morning, you would have had something in your mind. We are going to listen to foreign professor. What is he going to tell and how much I will understand, how much I don't understand, isn't it? That is it. But I can speak language, very tough vocabulary which these students or sometimes some teachers don't understand. Because I can construct sentences in such a way because we are, as a linguistically trained to teach a language. So you are teaching language through literature. Your advantage is you have a lot of words and vocabulary and thoughts. My advantage is I have a lot of vocabulary and thoughts, basically
You
being
can
a...
have some sentence like foreign language, I will try to understand.
No, this is not a place for shifting to that. Okay, though if I speak British slang, no one will understand from here. If I speak American slang, no one will understand the languages which are big. I am using a language which is down to earth, through which, no, not Indian language. I am using mutually intelligible language and vocabulary, which is universally used today for business, communication, travel, everything. So, what you have to develop is that, again, there is a misunderstanding that among teachers also discourage students a lot. If a student is making a pronunciation mistake, then they make fun of them. And classmates make fun of them. See, our aim is not to speak like, imitate or speak like British or Americans. That time is over. We are no more working with British or Americans. We are working with global community in business, social situations and all. So therefore, whatever, if you meet an African, what he speaks, the language you should understand and respond, and you should be able to speak in such a language and vocabulary that people from any part of the world, globe, if they know basic language, they should be able to understand. Is that clear? So boys and girls, students, please understand, it is not a very big task. Like you speak Tamil or any other local language, Telugu, whatever you speak in your home, try to speak English language in the same way without stressing yourself. Is that correct? You need not speak English like an Englishman. I don't speak. If my language is measured RP, British, yeah, the BBC pronunciation I will fail. I will not give it even 60 marks if you measure my pronunciation. But my communication ability, capability, I will get 120% because I can communicate any thoughts, anytime, anywhere with any people from any part of the world. Crystal clear. So very simple, ordinary language. People don't come with a lot of vocabulary, complicated words. Okay, don't get, what shall I say, carried away by Shashi Tharoor. He is earning his living, he is making millions by playing with words, with his language. Okay, so your expectation is not that. We have to transact our daily business with people we are meeting. That's it. Beyond that, we don't have any other communication need. So the idea is this. That you need not struggle to create a communicative classroom. You can draw the attention of students and involve them in collective communication. Even if it is 50 students or 60 students. When I go to colleges in India, many street teachers complain, I have 60, 80, how do I do all these things? You try doing first, then you will know. And every day you visit the classroom, it will be an interesting experience, whether you teach a novel or anything. So I was taught by Professor Richard from St. Joseph's College how to read a novel. He says never start from first page to last page. You just open, randomly read 10 pages, close your book, throw it and go. Next time you randomly read. 10 days, 15 days, you take a book from randomly reading the book, 10 pages from different first part, 10 days from last part, and you complete the book, the entire story is there in your head. You can associate everything, your brain has the capacity to associate everything and give you the story. So when it comes to listening and also importance of listening, there are many issues which we don't follow. You must listen to a lot of YouTube videos, preferably non-Indian speakers. Don't listen to English from Indian speakers, it is very boring. Once you start listening foreign videos and things like that, foreign learning videos. Okay, so then don't, you take it as a license. These are some of the important issues which I just discussed. Speaking. Don't worry about grammar. Okay, so you just communicate, over time grammar will take over you. I also make grammatical mistakes. They are called fossilized mistakes. The mistakes that I should have corrected during my school days. Now I can't do anything. I have to struggle a lot to, correct that. Now there is a problem. I have always a problem when I come to address in India. I speak, people find that there are some teachers, they are very, mischievous. They try to identify how many mistakes are we making. And in Pollachi, one old man, he is a retired professor, he told, Professor, you made 3, though it is not very visible, 3 grammatical mistakes, you must study Renan Martin. I said, sure, I will study. Now, this was my experience. This is putting you down. You understand, students? Negative comments, just listen. Life is not always milk and honey flowing. So, negative comments will come, but you don't. And avoid fear of making mistakes and fear of. So, you have to speak and find some victim. Now, the best victim is ChatGPT. At least till Siri, ChatGPT. One research the book they mentioned about, edited from VIT students, how this voice assistants can be used in developing language. And one, Mr. Karthikeyan is in National University now, and another from Bangladesh University, Daffodil University. So we are 3 edited those books, all articles written by the students. So we can use, once you gather confidence, you can speak to other people. But remember, attach some emotion, some smile, some anger, some everything, what shall I say, samba. That's the best example. Reading. I told enough about reading in the morning session. Writing. So here one thing I wanted to tell the teachers. please try to have a writing center in your institution. If you need any help for the formulation and training, I shall take care of that. So writing center is very important. Every week there should be writing activities going on for not only literature students, for the whole campus. Those who are interested, your room should be earmarked for that, and there should be teachers should be available. You can give daily topic. Students can write essay on today. This is essay, this topic. Whoever is interested, you can just advertise on the notice board. You can make them write, and the best one can be awarded with a chocolate. Minimum chocolate. Do you all like chocolate? Okay. These are all some of the resources. Just today, open your Google, switch on the microphone. Don't even type it. You don't see. You get effortless information. Just say, "Can you please suggest some listening podcast?" It will immediately suggest. You tell, "I am studying BA, second year." It can find podcasts from your syllabus. Find, "I am studying in Tamil Nadu, I am studying in this particular university." It can immediately bring related topics, podcasts, you can just listen. Similarly, how do you practice writing? Just go to YouTube, you just type. These are some of the videos, you type, how can I improve my speaking? This is IELTS exam patterns. How can I improve my IELTS speaking? Because IELTS is a common standard now used. If you can get 6+ in IELTS, your language is the best. It's enough. Because of time, see, look at this last but one picture. See, you want to write cause and effect essay. Just type how to write cause and effect essays. Whatever in the syllabus, you just convert into a question and type, it will give videos. What I generally feel is that YouTube is the best available so far. Best available so far. You get tutorials for everything. You don't need to depend on anyone to learn or cook the best diet, learn the best way of writing or whatever it is, be it engineering or anything. Make use of that. Then finally, use of artificial intelligence. Also, ethical use and if a teacher is giving assignment, I wanted to tell you this, I have checked all these things. If a teacher is asking you to write an essay on managing staff, you do some research and write an essay. Easy way to write an essay is go to ChatGPT, give the number of words, how many paragraphs, within fraction of a second you get the essay, you can copy and paste it, and there is another AI, humanize it. You can just put it there, it will make some more mistakes there, and it is humanized. And now another problem is that when I write good English, I put in ChatGPT, it says, it is also very careful, it says, there is traces of machine writing, AI integrated. I have never, it's my own language. So what do you say? Today, none of your language is your own language. It is already owned by the corporates, the companies which are creating. Whatever you write, they will say it is an AI language. So beware of that also. So the best way all of you follow is ChatGPT. This is the topic, give me one essay. You get it, you submit the next day. Teacher has no time to check plagiarism or AI content. She will give you 10 out of 10. Another way, you just ask ChatGPT, I want to write a cause and effect essay on this topic. Can you give me a framework for the essay? It will give a framework, introduction to 2 causes, 3 causes, and take out the framework, copy and paste it on your page. Then ask, for this topic, can you give me 5 causes, 5 effects? It will give. Then, for each causes integrating, you read one cause and can you give one sample cause and effect essay? It will give one causes sample. Then take it, underline the what is introduction, all those things underline. Learn the format. See, we are all visual learners. What we see, we learn fast. Then write your essay, paragraph, paragraph, paragraph. Then you can attach that essay, Word file to the ChatGPT. Even write your paper, you can take a picture and upload there. Picture also it reads. Then ask, could you please point out the grammatical mistake, improving vocabulary, whatever. It gives the result. It analyzes these are the grammar issues in first paragraph, these are the vocabulary, voices, and all those things it will show. Then try to correct it yourself. Make a final draft. Again, you can upload in ChatGPT. Say, evaluate my essay and try to polish it. It will give you the polished essay. That itself, 2 times, 3 times, 4 times, you can polish your own essay. That is learning. So, AI integration in your learning is not asking AI to do your job, but take the help of you learning. Yourself. I can write an essay like that for class. To give it to students, I take a printout of an essay, go to the class, distribute to the students. I ask them to analyze. Okay? So that way as a teacher I can use it. But as a student for submission or learning purpose, you follow the second method I said. Explore a lot of things. Go to YouTube. Listen to your video. If you learn essays, each essay like this, each kind of essay, when you become a MA student or trying to write a paper for publication, not have any issues, you can write. So writing center or teaching the method of writing is very, very important. So with that, shall we stop? So another friend is waiting for his online lecture, isn't it? Yeah, enjoy. Thank you very much for your patient listening. Right? Try to use some of the ideas. Bye-bye.
From self-directed learning, lifelong learning, internal motivation, pedagogy, cybergogy, and involving students in teaching using AI ethically and morally. Sir has covered a lot during this session. Hope this was fruitful for you. And I thank Sir for this wonderful session for being here from morning till now. Thank you for your wonderful session. So thank you. Dear participants, we are passing the conference for a short tea break. Very short break. Please be here in 5 minutes. We'll have the online session soon. So Dr. Vijay Singh is waiting for us in online. Dr. Dilip Bharat is waiting for us online. Please be here after having your tea. It is in the same room, COE office. Kindly go and get your refreshments there. Thank you. participants, the tea is being served in the COA office. Kindly have your tea and come back here, please. Dear participants, please gather here after a short tea break. Sir is waiting for you.
ஃபைவ் ஹவர்ஸ் ஓடி இடத்த ஃப்ரீ பண்ணதுக்காண்டி கேட்டேன்
நாளைக்கு மார்னிங்
சரி
நீங்கள் வரீங்கன்னு எனக்கு வேறு எதுவுமே எனக்கு யோசிக்கல மறந்துட்டேன் just give me a reminder to write. Read and read.
Last month I saw a great wave. God was so much respected. Then immediately I thought, Oman is a very safe country. Always we are the one. Iranians are that is misunderstood. It will affect, it will personally affect.
செக்ஷன் என்னென்ன போடுறாங்க
note of the timings. The timing is only 3 minutes because we are running short of time. So within the 3 minutes, whatever paper you have got ready with, just sum it up. Sum it up for 3 minutes. That would be better for both of us. Thank you.
I request following the participants to be ready to present the paper. Now I read the following names: K. Deepaswati, Dr. S. K. Muthulakshmi, Indu Ashokan, Shifana Farin,
First of all, I apologize for my voice because due to the cold climate I got a cold. My topic is reimagining narrative through digital media, the global impact of George Richard Raymond Morton's Game of Thrones in the Age of Connectivity. In introduction, the adaptation of George Richard Raymond Morton's A Song of Ice and Fire was converted into the TV series called Game of Thrones, represents a fundamental shift in digital narrative storytelling. The Game of Thrones demonstrates the spirit of digital storytelling by extending narrative beyond the traditional screen and engaging the fans. The next topic is the nature of digital storytelling. The digital storytelling is distinguished by use of multimedia, interactive technologies such as website, social media platforms and streaming service to tell the stories in an interesting way. The traditional storytelling, which flows a straight path from a creator to audience, the digital storytelling allows audience for a various point of views of access and engagement. The Game of Thrones is one of the greatest examples for this digital storytelling. Global accessibility and audience engagement. Digital storytelling in Game of Thrones is a worldwide reach. Development of streaming service like HBO, Netflix and other, the instant post on comments on episodes after they watch this, the fan could submit their interpretations of the episodes, the digital media, whatever they get. Interactive fan communities like Reddit is the most Reddit/r Game of Thrones became a focal point for the depth discussions with the fans, that they can alter the plots in digital storytelling, that can enhance the view of the new way of the series. The digital divide, while Game of Thrones represents significant achievement in digital storytelling, it crucially to recognize the impact of digital divide on access to the series, the access of digital platform, including internet connectivity and streaming services. Most of the people nowadays don't have access to the streaming services. They are divided from this kind of series. That which the book made into digital narratives. This inequality is access to digital storytelling, highlighting the critical issues in this digital storytelling. The conclusion. Game of Thrones represents a groundbreaking example of a digital storytelling where the traditional narratives. It is a global accessibility, interactive fan communities and real-time engagement. The digital divides underscores the inequality that persists in access to digital platforms. So, thank you.
Now I welcome the next participant.
Good evening to all. I am K. Monisha from 2nd MA English from our college. My topic is Navigating Identity, Culture and Belonging in Grand Union by Zadie Smith. This paper presents a critical that is myth. Short story